Alright, hello boys and girls, moms and dads. Welcome to HeroesMart Academy. This is 5th grade social studies, week number 8. Alright, so today we're going to be talking about some really critical events of the 21st century. Critical events of the 21st century are going to be things like the War on Terror. You may not have been born in 2001, but I'm sure your mom and dad will remember what happened in the United States. So September 11th, 2001, terrorists attacked the United States by bombing the Twin Towers in New York. So there is a building that was joined together with another building. It's a really tall building, well over 100 floors put together, and some people flew airplanes into the buildings and detonated bombs that destroyed the building and killed a lot of people. Wow. And they did the investigation and they discovered that it was a group of a bunch of terrorists that was associated with that attack. And then guess what? The United States went to war with those countries in search of their leader. Now, their leader was called Osama bin Laden. Okay, Osama bin Laden was the person who claimed responsibility for the attack that killed a bunch of Americans in 2001. It was in 2001 that happened. And he went into Afghanistan and all these Middle Eastern places, and the United States went over there to start fighting him. And finally, I think he was captured in 2011. I think that's what this is trying to talk about right now. And then that spiraled down into what we see in the world today, which makes terror not popular. So lots of people, they want to fight other people and they want to kill a bunch of people. All that started with regards to terrorism. So people are going to want other people to convert to their religion, and you don't want to convert to their religion. They start terrorizing you. Well, the United States is trying to fight that all over the world, but it started predominantly because of the attack of the Twin Towers in New York. Another notable event of the 21st century was the 2008 presidential election. In 2008, the first African American president, President Barack Obama, was sworn in. That's the very first time that a person of an African American descent will be the president of the United States. And fortunately, he served 2 terms under the Democrat Party. He transitioned to the Republican president, Donald Trump, in 2016. But that's a significant event of the 21st century, and it's worth talking about. All right. So today we're going to do something a little bit different. So for the homework, you are going to write a historical report on the War on Terror. So you're going to say, how did it start? War on Terror. Or let's try to make it so that you can have a couple of more things to do on notable 21st century events that you learned about today. So you're going to be talking about causes, what caused the War on Terror. You can say, who was Osama bin Laden? And what's the United States involvement in there? So go ahead and try to do an article based up on that so you can remember this particular story that we talked about a little bit. Again, the way you write articles is create bullet points from your findings. Okay, turn your points into sentences, turn your sentences into paragraphs, and correct typographical errors and merge your paragraphs together, and you would have developed an article if you were to do that. So would you do that for me? Well, that's going to help you remember what we talked about today. All right. I want to thank you, boys and girls, for joining me today. Remember, God cares about you, and so do we. Bye-bye.
I'll be your hero's buddy, and as you study with HeroesMart